From downtown, this is Tim Kitzer from NBA Jam, and you're listening to NintenDomain Podcast. Boom shakalaka!
This week on NintenDomain, we all played Chibi Robo on Switch 2, plus Trails in the Sky, the Prologue demo's out.
Wow, I didn't expect her to spill that much tea to such a little guy.
Ribbit, ribbit.
Kiddo.
Yeah, that's what she says. Does that have anything? Is that what that band means? The Kero Bonito? Or are they saying Ribbit Bonito?
Kind of, yeah.
Ribbit fish flakes.
Well, bonito means that, and it also means like nice in Spanish.
Oh yeah, I just think of like the bonito flakes from the udon
Or
that
pretty,
I used to
yeah,
eat.
pretty.
Yeah, like the fish flakes. Anyway, welcome to NintenDomain Podcast, episode 486. Your place to hear Nintendo fans continue to talk about all the great things on Switch 2 and all the news and whatnot. And we finally have a week without a direct. I almost don't know what to do because our last 3 episodes were all about directs. But there might be another one. Of course, there's always a rumor out there, right, for that big one. But we are your hosts. I'm Trey. Brace yourself for the bracers, Johnson.
I'm Jeremy. 2 cats and a cute sub, Mikowski.
Ribbit.
Kettle. Anyway, let's start off the show as we normally do and talk about games that we got and games that we've been playing. Last week, when we were talking, Chibi Robo had just dropped onto the Switch 2, and we've had some time. We've had some time to play it. So I put 6 hours into it. That's about as much time as I've played so far. I did fall asleep playing it the other night because I've been working a lot. So that was kind of fun. I mean, you fall asleep.
Nice cozy game.
You fall asleep and nothing really happens. Like I was in the little recharge ship thing or whatever. So it wasn't like I just kind of saved.
You weren't in danger.
And I was just
you put Chibi to bed, then you put yourself to bed.
I kind of just dozed off while I was playing it. It's happened to me before. It's been a minute since I've fallen asleep playing a game, but But Jeremy has never played this game before, so
Still haven't.
What do you think? You still haven't played it?
No, I'm kidding. I played it.
I saw you play it on there. I saw you online. It said, unless it was lying, the Switch 2 was lying. It said that you're playing the Chibi Robos.
Oh, it tells what game I'm playing on there as well?
Yeah, the Gamecube one does now. It says what game. We're living in the future.
Big brother up here. I played it, and I like it. It's very, I don't know. I find myself just dicking around most of the time, but it's fun. I mean, I've done some stuff in it, but there's some stuff that I just don't. Maybe I'm not wrapping my head around completely, or maybe I just got to get there. But right now, I'm just saving up money for a vehicle. It's basically, I figure I probably should do that, and then I'm just kind of wandering around and cleaning stuff up. But I haven't really. It's been a while since I had anything that felt like it was like a story beat.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I didn't feel like, well, I wasn't sure what the direction was from where I was at, but basically what I was doing is I was collecting happy points to get my battery better. I think I'm at 200 now for my battery. And the idea is to go around and solve the problems of the other weird characters that are there. Because I know you get a specific sticker as your own achievement for finishing their story or whatever. So you go and you help them and you help other people. And when you help people, you'll unlock ways to get to more rooms in the house and find other characters and all, who have other stories and that sort of thing.
I've been building those ladders, but I guess you just got to figure out how to use those. It's easy to not pay attention to your power gauge while you're using those.
Yeah, that happened to me too, where I build it up and I climb all the way to the top and I'm like, oh yeah, and then you just fall over. It's you're out of power, and I'm like, oh damn.
It drains your power really fast to raise or lower it.
Yeah, but also it doesn't matter at all.
You lose
there's
money.
no. Well, I mean, oh yeah, I guess you lose some of your money if you're trying to save that. But yeah, it's like it's like when you there's like no game over or whatever. Like
Yeah, there's
you
no
don't really lose progress.
Yeah, there's no lives or anything like that. I mean, most annoying is like basically like the game is on these like 5 minute loops, and then later on 10 and 15 minute loops, and so you might like get set back 15 minutes at most. Have to start over whatever you were trying to do. So there's really no like hard punishments in this game. It's just try again.
Right.
If they ever make a new Chibi Robo game though, and I know they will just because of modern games, but you got to put an autosave in there because constantly getting constantly asked to save every time you plug in it's just so annoying.
Bit, yeah,
I mean it's part of the time, it's like when you play like old Tony Hawk, like every time you do anything it's like, do you want to save?
Well,
do you want to save?
It almost makes it seem like they didn't expect people to like power up as often initially or something, because those, at least where I'm at, so far in the house, they're everywhere, and if I get down below 100, I'm like, I should probably charge up.
Oh yeah, me too. Like I charge up constantly. Like, I'm going to pass by this one on the way. I might as well like fill it up again, because I don't want it. Yeah, because you don't want it to go all the way down.
Then it even tells you how many times you saved. Like, hey, you saved 87 times, or I know I'm aware of that because you asked me to save every time.
I think the thing that really drove me crazy is the fucking pan from the ceiling, where they just randomly drop something on your head whenever you try to plug in. Like I honestly don't remember that, and I played this game all the way through.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
pan from the ceiling.
Yeah, like so when
it'll happen later on in the game. Like I think it happened to me like maybe 4 hours.
They don't explain it, but it's so annoying because you get like, so you're about to plug in and this like metal pan just falls into the screen and hits you on the head, and you get knocked out for a minute, and you got to wait for your guy to get back up. But they don't, and I even looked it up online. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I guess the creator was even like, "Oh, well, maybe that was this guy." Like, I don't think there's actually an answer to what the pan is about. It's just annoying though, because it'll just knock you out, and you're just like, "Oh my god!" And it happened to me like 10 times, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you got hit by it 10 times," and I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking know. I hate that stupid pan. Can I get like a helmet or like I don't think
the hell?
I don't think your spaceman helmet will help you or anything.
I found like a big robot.
In the basement, I found him too.
Yeah, it's the main part of the story, and part of the story is.
And I've been working on charging up the battery for the robot also.
You got to charge the battery up, and then you got to get the parts for he's like missing a leg. Yeah,
I remember doing that, and it's all about like, it's like I said, keeping the characters happy. Like they all have their own like arc that you can finish and that sort of thing. Get them through whatever, and then and it's like super minor nitpicky stuff. But some of the like platforming is kind of a little annoying. Like the one thing that bothers me is that you can't grab on the ledges like while you're in the air. Like you have to be
like
on the ground
style. Like if you were flying around in Breath of the Wild,
even when you're like
climb up. Yep.
So like you're on a thing and you're standing right next to one that's like a centimeter away from you.
Yeah.
You can't jump and grab on it. You have to go down to something next to it and then climb up it, which that just irritates the fuck out of me. It's like, why can I not just jump and grab it and pull up? Like, why?
Yeah, I've got one spot in the living room where I have to use the ladder to get to one ledge, and then you climb onto some books, and then there's another one of those chibi doors over here on another ledge, and you jump from the books to the ledge, but the other ledge is like an inch up above. And every time I jump to try and make it, I have to fly all the way back down to the ladder.
And even if you have the helicopter head or whatever, and even if you're there, even if you're right there, and you know that Chibi could grab it, like your hands are there, he doesn't do it. Like that's where I'm like, come on,
he doesn't have
man.
much upper body strength, it would seem.
Yeah, but he's right there. Like he's there. Like it could be done if you were standing on something. Yeah, that was like one thing that's like, and then you go all the way down to the bottom, and then you got to climb all the way up again. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking. I mean, there was this shelf in the living room that I couldn't that I couldn't get to. Yeah, because it's just so much higher than the ladder, and I'm like, do I have to get up higher and then come down? But
yeah, we're stuck on that
part
of
the fun.
I got to a bedroom and I looked around in there for a little bit. That was cool, but
I got to the top of the stairs and I found the mummy I found the mummy guy in the box under the.
I think he's my favorite character.
Under
in
the
the
bed.
game.
I remember
like
him
that
having
mummy.
I remember him having a cool story because he's got the girlfriend. I remember that.
All I met so
Right.
far is the caterpillar and the action figure.
Drake Redcrest,
Yeah,
not Buzz Lightyear.
and I talked to the mom for a while, and she was complaining about her husband. That
Yeah,
was
she
pretty
likes
awesome.
she likes you better. Yeah, she's like, I should have married you instead of my stupid husband.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he does kind of suck. He just watches. I don't know.
Watches Drake Redcrest.
Yeah, he just
Uh,
watches like
doesn't have a job.
Japanese shows and just sleeps on the couch all the time and plays with
And
toys.
spends all their money on stupid stuff that they don't need.
Yeah, like Chibi Robos. Even though they had that big giant robot in the basement, they still.
Well,
had to
you
get
find
it- had
out
to
that
get
that
another one.
robot was like
And that like
consumed power too fast, and that's why they couldn't use it or something.
Yeah.
Like people,
Yeah, it
gave
was
up
using
on
up too much power. Yeah.
and power was too expensive, so people couldn't afford to run them.
I remember seeing an interview with the creator of this weekend, and one of the things that he was saying he was proudest of was that he was talking about energy management and like an energy crisis
Yeah,
and using up too much power and trying to be economic or ecologically responsible. Yeah, that was one of his proudest things.
I mean, that's
this
a big. Well, I mean, maybe it's just like Japanese culture, but that was a big thing about Nintendo too. I was just thinking about that the other day. Just remember, like when the Wii was going to stay online, and they like assured us that it was going to use like less energy than like a small light bulb or whatever, or like half a light bulb. I remember that being a whole thing, being like, oh no, it'll stay on and it connect to the internet, but it won't. Like, you know, like they really were all about explaining like how little power it would use. And it's just, yeah, that it you know, kind of reminds me of that sort of thing where it's like, oh, no, it'll just, like, won't even be like a full light, like having a full
well, I
light
feel like
or
anymore
whatever.
when you hear about like a new processor or whatever, like a new version of a laptop coming out, it's almost always like X more percent more efficient, like the battery, or like even the chips are more efficient with power or whatever. And
Yeah.
that's always kind of a thing to like, and to use like almost zero power in standby mode.
Did you find the free rangers, the
Yeah.
army eggs?
Yeah, those guys are stupid.
I mean,
So I had to go.
did
I
you
had to
get
go up and
past
the-
them?
Yeah, I had to go up and get the mug and then get through them. So I mean, I did a few things.
I mean,
like I said.
you've done some things.
I
Yeah,
just-
you're a little ways in there.
I kind of feel like I don't know what I'm supposed to do at the moment. Maybe I'll figure it out. But
I think you're supposed to just explore everything and find more people to help with their own stories or whatever.
yeah,
Right.
I helped
Like
out
there,
what's-his-face,
there doesn't feel like there's a big like overarching story to the whole thing where it's like, oh, I gotta kill, you know, whatever. Like there's no like big bad or whatever. It's just kind of like you're just helping out everybody's little problems. Like John was saying, it's like it's like doing like small, you know, like small side missions in Zelda, kind of, right? And
that's what it feels like. Yeah, it's basically like, to me, you can sum it up as like a mix of point and click, and then a Zelda type adventure, and then with a bit of puzzle platforming in between.
I would say
That's
the camera's kind of annoying in this, but I think it's just a product of its time for that reason.
Did you switch it? Did you like switch it around to where it's not inverted anymore, like
Oh,
for
right.
horizontal?
Well, I
can do that.
kind of just gotten used to it, but mostly I just don't like I don't know, the camera just isn't always where I want it to be when I'm trying to look around and stuff. Like I wish there was like a quick look forward button or something like that. Like there
Oh
is in
yeah,
Zelda.
like go
That would help a lot.
like go behind you or whatever. One thing I did notice that's kind of cool is when the camera gets on the other side of something, your shadow is like etched in like a drawing.
Yeah.
Did you notice that where it's like it does like the cross hatching shadow thing that you would see like in a comic book?
Right.
I thought that was really cool. Like I noticed it when I was climbing up the stairs because like if the camera goes like on the other side of the beam, it'll show Chibi Robo's like silhouette, but it'll look like it's like a shadow drawn in pencil, like on a piece of paper, and it's really cool.
It was
like,
probably
does, like,
pretty
the
new
little-
at the time.
the shading, and I was like, oh well, I never noticed that before, or if I did, I forgot about it. You know.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I mean, they never did that on Mario.
I would say it's the most intriguing game we've gotten on the Virtual Console GameCube so far, since I haven't played it before.
Yeah,
Especially.
according to the time on the GameCube app, it's the one I've played the most out of all.
Me too,
It's probably
for sure.
the same for me.
I'm at 11 hours.
For
So I
Chibi
think
Robo.
Yep.
Oh.
So I've reached the point. There's like a little bit of a turning point, and I think, as I recall, I'm like nearing the end of the game, or maybe like I'm probably like 3/4 through, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I don't remember how it ends. Like I remember that I beat it because I was really
Yeah.
about it when it came out, and I'm pretty sure I bought it new.
Hmm.
Like I said before, back when podcasts were called internet radio, I did a review of Chibi Robo when it was released for Negative World, my internet radio show. Which I don't even know if it even hit the internet or not. The guy that I was producing it with was kind of he was not very trustworthy, I guess, But I didn't, I'd never recorded an internet show before, so I was all for it, whatever. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I remember playing it probably till the credits, but that was so long ago, and then I never really played it again after that. It was just kind of like it was a flash in the pan for me.
Yeah, I remember
flash in a pan that fell from the ceiling on my head.
I remember you being pretty excited about this game. I think you had like a Chibi Robo desktop on your computer or something like that.
I probably did. I'm known to have themed desktops for various
there
things
was
before.
There was like a screensaver. I think they put out a screensaver at the time where you would come like scrub your screen.
Oh yeah, maybe so. I don't know.
Yeah,
sounds right.
And so I certainly played this first. I'm pretty sure I played it at your house at some point, but then I got it later on. I got it in like 2010.
Yeah, you got it on the cheap, way
I got it for $10,
way down the line.
Very nice.
At GameStop.
When we weren't talking anymore, in the whatever, or when I hadn't talked to you for a long time, you finally got it. So I thought it was
just moved back to Michigan.
I thought it was funny because I was like so big on it, and now you're like, oh yeah, Chibi Robo, and I was like, you never cared. You never cared when it came out. You waited like 6 years, and that's why there's no new Chibi Robos, because you didn't buy it when it was released.
It's all my fault.
You didn't support it. You got to support the developers, even if it's Nintendo.
Dang it. They said, well, if John doesn't get it,
Skip was like, well, I don't think it was just you. I think it was a lot of people didn't get it. I went back and read the IGN review of Chibi Robo. Guess who reviewed Chibi Robo? Who do you think?
Craig Harris.
Matt Casamassina. You're incorrect. Well, what do you think? What do you think he gave Chibi Robo as a review?
I'm gonna say he gave it an 8.
It's close. He gave it an 8.2 because they were doing the points back then still. But it's interesting, like reading it, because he very much does like this whole like, oh well, it's not like the other games that are out there. It's not like all these other, he does this whole like sort of apology thing for it, where it's like, who cares? Like it's different. Instead of just saying like, oh, this is a unique game. He's like, well, you may want like these shooter games or whatever, but it's not like that, because like everything was kind of littered with that. And that's how my review was too. I was comparing it to Call of Duty and making fun of Call of Duty and all that stuff.
We were heading into
those games were kind of all over the place at the time.
Yeah.
They were everywhere.
We were heading into the brown era when everything was brown and gritty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here comes this like cartoony little game about tiny little colorful robot. Yeah.
It kind of felt like he's like, oh yeah, it may not be like all the popular games, but it's still cool. Like it's funny that they have to do this aside thing about it, but yeah, I don't know. I just I'm glad they keep those reviews up, so you can go back and look at them. I went back and looked at the Kirby Air Rider review, because I always thought it was Per Schneider that gave it a bad review, but it was also Matt Casamassina who gave it a bad review. So there you go. Because I think Air Rider got a 5 or something like that when it came out. The GameCube one, it didn't review very well on IGN. They weren't very hot on it.
Nintendo Life had an old review of Chibi Robo. I'm not sure if Nintendo Life was around at the time or if they just like.
I thought that was new. The one that they put up.
Well, they also did an updated one where they gave it a 9 out of 10. So yeah, I guess Nintendo Life either was around at the time, or maybe they did a later review sometime ago or whatever. But yeah, the new one, they gave it a 9 out of 10. I mean, I'm inclined to agree. I mean, no surprise there. I talk about this game a lot, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad to be playing it with ease on the Switch too. Ready to go anytime.
Yeah, the great thing is you can just like bypass all the constant save. And what I've been doing is like, you do your save state, and then whenever you boot it up again, you don't have to sit through the fucking loading screen at the beginning. You can just go straight to your.
I keep forgetting about the
save state, and then you can just skip the whole fucking beginning. Which is nice because it takes a while. You just hit a button, and it's like boom, there you are. You're right where you were. You don't got to wait through the title screen or whatever. And it was a 5.2 was what Kirby Air Ride got from old Matt Jackass Messina. That's what I used to call him back in the day. No,
this is Jackass.
I think that was a name that Mark Boson called him. But yeah, Chibi Robo. I'm glad it's on there again.
Yeah, me too. I mean, so when I've not been playing the game this week, I've been looking up stuff about it, and one of the things that I found was actually that confirmation that this actually used to be a point and click game when it was first conceived. And if you go on YouTube, I got a link on here too, where there's test footage or beta footage rather of the original version of the game. It was originally developed by Bandai, not by Nintendo, and Miyamoto. I guess Bandai, like, that they weren't going to continue with the project, but Miyamoto was visiting and saw some potential, and I guess they, I don't know if Skip was originally involved or how that worked out, but anyway, it shifted over to Nintendo after Miyamoto, gave it the golden touch or whatever. And yeah, it was originally a point and click game. So look at this footage. Check it out. It's pretty interesting. It was just your like isometric view, not behind Chibi or anything like that, but you would like click to lead Chibi wherever you want him to go. And so that's, the point and click roots of the game are pretty evident, I would say, in playing it. It's like they took a point and click adventure and just put you in direct control of the main character, and made it more of a Zelda style adventure with some platforming and stuff in there. But the whole thing, like the bones of it, you have to like find items and
a lot of it is
bring
find
items to different characters
and,
around the house.
Find stuff and interact with other things with said stuff.
It's totally point and click.
Yeah, I can
which
see
is like
that.
Part of the reason why I like this game so much. I love that genre.
I did watch like some footage of Chibi Robo Park Patrol just because I didn't even remember what it really looked like, and I was like, hey, what's that like? And there was another Japanese Chibi Robo game that didn't come out here. Yeah,
there was some on the DSi.
Well, there's Photo Finder. That was on the DSi, but there's a whole nother like Park Patrol sequel that was Japan only. That had a similar thing where you had to walk around and do different shit or whatever. So I didn't know about that one, but
let's get Chibi Switch 2 though.
Yeah, because I always thought like Park Patrol was like the last kind of 3D one, and then we had Ziplash, which was trash. But yeah, there's like Photo Finder and the whatever Happy Richie Soji or whatever that means. There was also, what was it? Because I looked at some stuff too. The what do you call it? The fortune teller. The fortune teller in the basement.
That weird guy.
You could originally kill him. You could burn him in the kitchen on the grill. Like there was originally, you could destroy him in different ways in the original game, but they cut it. I guess in the beta version or whatever, you could destroy that character in various ways. So I think that's funny. But yeah, they got rid of it for the later one. Or can you destroy it? Is that why you're making faces?
No, I don't know.
I thought you knew something I didn't know. Like you're like, oh no, maybe you can.
I don't know. Yeah, that's one of the weirder characters, and that's saying something in this game. Like he makes predictions based on like whether or not his eye is going to open, and the camera zooms in on his eye as he's blinking, and you're waiting in suspense to see if he's going to open his eye.
Yeah, the idea is like there's a fort. It's like they're like scamming you pretty much. It's like bet which eye I'm gonna open first, and then they'll open whatever eye is the wrong one because they're controlling their eyes. It's not, there's no way of you winning that, but that's the idea. And the pirate dude's all pissed off about it because he's lost all his money to the.
I did win
to the fortune teller person. You did win.
I did win, but I think it was the con man grift of like you win the first time,
you win once, and
so
then
you can, yep.
But it's funny. The pirate guy down there, he thinks that like the family's dead, that they died from using too much power for the giant robot. Have you listened to his story?
Yep.
That's what he thinks that they're dead, and you have to be like, oh no, they're alive, and he's like, what, really? I thought they were dead for so long. Which I thought was funny.
Was one of the toys was asking, or it was the action figure that was asking me if I thought something was wrong with the family. You could just hear crying.
Oh yeah, there's the kid. There's a kid crying on the stairs too. I'm sure you saw that.
Yeah, I already saw that.
Caro Benito on the stairs crying.
I gave her a couple frog rings.
Yeah, I've given her a few too. I think and it'll tell you how much you have left. And I don't know if you notice, like when you look at the map of every room, it'll tell you like how many vaults you've gotten and how many like frog rings are left and stuff like that.
Is that what those weird like subspace type rooms are?
Yeah, with the faces with the money in them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are so weird.
Yeah.
As I recall, I think eventually they turn into warp points.
Okay.
That would be nice.
I think so. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't remember. Like I said, it's been a
As
long
long as I can
time.
still get my coins from them.
It's been a long time since I.
Actually, I think you can only collect the coins once.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, they don't come back.
Can we talk about the music for a second? I love the music in this game.
Sure. Yeah, it's pretty peaceful.
Very toy story. The whole
Toy
thing's
Story-
got a Toy Story vibe to it once you start talking to toys and stuff.
Sure thing. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
One thing I love, and it reminds me of this other game just because it has like the same thing in it. But when you clean the floor with the toothbrush and it does like the guitar, the diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle, it reminds me of Killer 7 because that's like the same sound that it would say when you would get certain items in the game. It would do that diddle-diddle, like the same exact, and it's creepy because Killer 7's
something
like
from a classical piece.
because Killer 7's like one of the freakiest games ever, and the fact that Chibi Robo triggers like Killer 7 memories in my mind is like, because that game's fucking
It's weird
that game's
cross-pollination there.
terrifying. That's a fucking terrifying ass game, and I love it so much. But yeah, that it has that same like weird like, whatever kind of like Spanish guitar like ding, like. I think it's probably because there is like a Lucha Libre guy in there, and it probably has to do with that character because he's one of the 7. But yeah, it just reminds me of that dark ass game on GameCube, the Killer 7 game. But no, yeah, I really like the sound design a lot. Like
sound design is fantastic.
when Chibi Robo walks around, he makes noises whenever he steps. But if you notice, like depending on what he's standing on, it makes a different noise. Like if he's on the carpet, it's different. If he's on like the hardwood, it's different. If he's on the stairs, it's different. It's always like different depending on what you're walking on. And I really like that attention to detail.
And that you hearing that, you might think that gets annoying. It doesn't get annoying. It's just like it adds to the musicality of the game. It fits in line with whatever the music is that's going on. Like I think they almost kind of sync it up so it's a little bit on beat, so it doesn't distract from the music.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me, and it's not that loud either. Like it's just kind of there. I mean, it's just like hearing footsteps, but the footsteps are just, they're more unique because they're different than you would hear in a normal game.
And it also does a great job of emphasizing just how teeny tiny he is. Like they're all like little like violin strings plucking or ding 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 ding. It just gives you that sense of I'm really about 3 inches tall or whatever.
Almost like a music box, like a little like musical toy walking.
Oh yeah, like the metal, like the pling pling, whatever.
Yep. I just like it. As far as the music goes, I like the variety of music. Like there's rock and jazz and there's funk and but all of it has this kind of like anything goes, everything in the kitchen sink sort of collection of sounds going on. It's just really fascinating. And I think I've said it on the show before. I like when music is really like multi-layered, when it achieves that like sort of like Beach Boys wall of sound kind of thing. And I think that a lot of these songs in here really do that. Actually, they seem like really full, complex songs, all made up around simple, catchy hooks and everything. And every one of them feels a little bit different, a little bit unique. I was messing around on YouTube and looking at the soundtrack. Someone has all the soundtrack on YouTube, and just every one of these songs is a little bit different. They do. What's that?
I said, of course they do.
Yeah, not on Nintendo Music though yet, but that would be a fantastic addition.
I mean, guess who has the soundtrack on their computer?
You got it all ready to go.
Yeah, I know. I already got it. That the Kingdom Hearts Insider website that has all the music. I already downloaded from there.
Yeah,
because of course it was already released in Japan as a album. Because
so we've definitely
that's how they do it.
Probably played music from it on the podcast before.
I have. Well, yeah. I also used it. Well, not from that because I didn't know about the database for it, but I did use music for my review when I did it for that one show way back when. But I was just looking up Hirofumi Taniguchi is the guy who did the soundtrack of it.
The soundtrack.
And of course he's done a bunch of stuff for Onion Games, like including like Blackbird and Moon and various other things. So Captain Rainbow also, he's on that. Gift Pia. Lots all those things. Suikoden 1 had a good soundtrack. Contra 3. He's on the Contra 3.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was his sound effects. So maybe he didn't do the music necessarily, but yeah, it's got a
the soundtrack to me is not unlike Katamari Damacy. It's unique from that, but just in the creativity and like the fact that there's like a lot of stuff going on, and like you can kind of say like I don't think I've really heard music exactly like this before. It just sounds really unique. Like, could we play a second of the last one that I have linked on there? Like that one's kind of crazy. I love that one. It's just when you meet this dinosaur character later on in the game who's just kind of like panicking and it seems to be intimidating at first, but I guess you find the dinosaur in sort of a strange and vulnerable moment, and then like this music comes on, and it's just I love this. I never heard anything quite like this. Here,
wait, this one? Oh, is it that one that says my favorite?
Yep, that's the one.
It's so farty. Hold on, my version's probably better than that, I hope. That sounds really bad. Oh, no, that's what it sounds like. Is that a giant butt that you meet that farts on you the whole time? It's a very farty song.
It's pretty farty.
It's from Sega Genesis.
Yeah. Oh, Sega Genesis sounded better than that. That one was very much like. It's probably better. It's probably better on the GameCube app, I'm sure. It sounds very, very farty. But I mean, yeah, I want to. I want to play it more. I want to get all the way to the end, obviously.
Yeah, I will say I was wishing they had, like, why couldn't they have just, tossed us a bone and put a headphone jack on the GameCube classic controller so I can listen to the music through headphones.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, why not, right? It's got motion controls. You can turn the system on with it. Why can't you?
I don't know. That would have been a pretty cool extra little additive, especially for.
That would be nice.
I mean, what you can do though is you can put you got the Pro 2. You can still plug your headphones into it and play with a different controller. I did that.
That's true. I didn't know that.
I did that for Street Fighter 6 with my leverless, where I plugged my headphones into the controller and used the leverless.
That's kind of cool.
So you can do,
even if it's not a 2-player game.
I don't know. I thought all the controllers were active for the GameCube app, whether it's a 2-player game or not.
Oh,
there's an experiment for next week. I'll try it, but no, I did it. I did it for Street Fighter, where I had the controller on, but I was using I used a different controller. Oh yeah, no, because I did that also because I was using it to talking through the controller, but using a different controller to control the game, because I wanted to use my leverless. So I did that like that first week. So I don't know. Yeah, give it a try. You could maybe do it in that way. But then you have two controllers, draining batteries at the same time. But I was all about this game. It was the only thing I played, until that other thing finally came out in English, and that's the only thing I've been playing now. But is there anything else you want to say about Chibi Robo?
Yeah, one more thing. There was an interesting, I guess, kind of a study or a simple study rather, published on MSN that basically said that they observed that the prices of all the NSO games go up, like the physical games. They actually increase in value. They don't decrease. And this is not like an extensive study or something like that. This is just somebody looking at the prices of all the NSO games.
Well, some of that isn't true though, because when we went to the retro places in Michigan, I noticed that the Wind Waker HD has like gone down a lot since it got on the Switch 2 GameCube edition, because they used to sell that for just as much as the Twilight Princess HD, if not more. And now it's less. Now it's like selling for half that it was before. And I thought that was because you could play Wind Waker, even though it's not the HD version, on Switch 2 now. And this is something that I saw with my own eyes and didn't read online. But no, sure. All the places we went to, the HD version of Wind Waker had dropped in price.
Yeah, I believe that. So what they say in this article is, since the beginning of 2024, I guess they're looking at games from 2024 onward, 23 games have been added to the Nintendo Classics library from across Game Boy Advance, blah, 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 blah. More recently, the GameCube. We analyzed the prices of each of these games on the secondary market and found that 14 of the 23 games have seen a price increase since they were released on the platform.
Well, 14 is the 23 games, so maybe they're not including. I thought you were talking about just the GameCube games, because I was like, I know the Wind Waker has gone down. just because. And I've noticed it with other games when there's another place to get it, like the price normally goes down. Just as just from what I've noticed over the years, but maybe those 14 games out of whatever hundreds are on there didn't, I guess, because there's plenty of games on there. I don't know.
So if you play Chibi on the GameCube NSO and you really, really like the game, just grab it right now. Bite the bullet and go get it physical, because it's only going to go up, I guess.
Well, if you like anything physical, get it now, because all these prices are going to hell. So if you want to buy anything ever in your lifetime, it's best to get now and not wait until it gets raised another $50-$100 in this horrible economy. So get it now while you can before it's double the price, whatever it is.
If you like it that much.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we finally got Chibi Robo on the NSO, so now I can stop talking about Chibi Robo.
Yeah, I don't know what else is left that needs to come out for this. Everything kind of came out that you wanted.
For GameCube?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
You got all your gimmicks and your gimmick sequel, and you got this.
Yeah, I got it.
Well, you still need...
Shenmue's coming. I still need Shenmue 1 and 2.
You still need Shenmue 1 and 2.
I'm going to move on to campaigning for a proper Chibi Robo sequel. That's what I'm going to talk about now from now on.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd like to see it with an autosave. Or put fucking Park Patrol on there in the Japanese one.
I want it to be a hyper-realistic, gritty Chibi Robo.
Yeah, we want Chibi Robo from the Brown era. Just, more guns.
Heavy metal music.
I will say, John, you said it was muddy before, and I was like, no, it isn't.
Yeah.
I did actually notice that it is kind of muddy in places.
Well, that's where you clean that up with the toothbrush.
Even on Switch, too. Well, what I noticed is when it's at nighttime, some of the stuff doesnnt look great. Even on Switch, too. It looks,
the textures don't look so great.
It does kind of look really muddy and blurry, like the night areas. Like when you're walking around at night, I noticed the difference that it did look rather points, dark and not great.
Though it does look overall better on the Switch too. And actually, I played it over here at my sister's house. She's got an HDR TV, and there's moments where it's like I feel like the frame rate is like uncapped or something. It's just it has an effective. Like, oh, this is like looking into a little diorama. It looks really great on an HDR TV.
I mean, the HDR shouldn't change the frame rate at all. Like maybe if they have the weird
refresh rate or
it
whatever,
like smooths it or something.
Maybe they have the weird movement thing on there where everything looks like video. Like that might have been like the movement blur or whatever. Like most of my family members have.
What was the other thing they were talking about?
I can't stand it.
What was the other thing they were talking about? It's not HDR, but it's like variable refresh rate or something. Yeah.
DSLR or whatever, or DLSS, whatever it's called. I thought that was. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that didn't exist in handheld, but it exists through the dock or whatever. I don't know. I thought all that HDR is brightness. That's really it's just more like color detail or whatever, or variations in brightness. I don't think it has anything to do with the actual frame rate. But I mean, I don't think. I mean, I think Chibi Robo is a steady frame rate as is. It feels pretty smooth from what I can tell. I'm sure it ran pretty well on GameCube. I don't really notice it slowing down, but it's not really. There's not a whole lot of big things happening on it, So I don't know what would slow it down. Like not a whole lot of explosions or whatever, or lots of characters on the screen or anything like that. But yeah, anybody who's listening to this, if you haven't played it, play it. It's a charming little number. But what I wanted the reason I stopped playing Chibi Robo is and this was kind of wild because Jeremy mentioned this like right at the end of last week's show about like Trails in the Sky and whether it was going to get a demo or not, and then like. It happened like while we were recording. Like I checked my phone like right after we get done recording, and it was like it's Trails in the Sky demo out. Like 7 to 10 hour demo continues into the game. All those great demos that they do, and it's like out now. And I was like, what? But it was out now asterisk in Japan only. Well, it was Japan only on Switch, but you could get it on PS5 only in English. And I'm like, what?
Oh.
I'm like, what the fuck? So I was so pissed. But I downloaded the demo anyway. I downloaded the Japanese demo just so I could see it, because I've been so excited about this game. And it looks great. It looks beautiful. Like it's super smooth. I accidentally figured out how to put it in fast mode. There's an extra fast mode where you can like run and walk faster than you normally would. I did that by accident because it's all in Japanese. I don't know what's happening. I was trying to just make the dialogue just go by itself. But I played to where I got to like the to the town, to the regular town. But then I couldn't get any farther. And now that and just a couple days ago, they put out the English version of the demo now. So if you want to play like the first, it's the prologue. It covers the prologue of the game, which is supposed to be like 7 to 10 hours. And now that I've played like 4 hours of the prologue, there's no way in hell I would have gotten anywhere in the Japanese one, because they throw all this shit at you at the very beginning about like the systems and the like whatever, and the slots and all the things you do with your magic or whatnot. And it makes it seem really complicated, but it's not. Just stick with it. It's really, I mean, this is like a 21-year-old game. It's not that complicated. They just kind of make it feel like it is, just because it throws it at you. But I mean, I'm really impressed with the game. Like, the new battle system is like just cool as hell. Like, I guess they already had done this for like the later Trails games, and that's why they brought it into this. And it's like a combination of action and turn-based. So like you can walk around and you can do like, very like basic combos, in like full real time or whatever. And you just press a button whenever you want it to switch to turn-based. And then when it's on turn-based, you can still move around, and it still depends on like what location you're at versus like how close you are to your team member and how close you are to the bad guys that you're fighting and all that sort of thing. And if you're really good at it, you can make it really, really fast. You can like do a couple combos and then switch right into the turn-based, and then you can combo off your other character and back to the other character, and you can kill the guy in a couple seconds. And then it's seamless too. It doesn't go to a battle screen. It just, you just go right into the battle, and then you go right out. And then it shows your stats in the corner, like how much experience points you got. And you can press up if you want to see it in detail, or you can just move on. It's very slick and it's very fast. There's the one thing that I saw, I've never seen this in another game before, and I think it's really cool. Like when you're in a town and you're about to enter into a building, there's like text that shows up on the door before you go in, telling you what the building is. Like, it's so cool. I've never seen that before. So like you're in town and you walk up to, you want to go buy weapons or armor or whatever. You walk up to the door and it says armor and weapons. Or you go to the hotel and it says hotel on the door, like before you walk in. It's like text that appears like on the top of the door. And when you're inside of the hotel, when you're about to leave, it'll say like town. It'll be like you're exiting out to the town. So like, so you won't just like randomly go into buildings trying to figure out what you're doing. It'll actually show you like where you're going. And it just kind of blew my mind. I was like, wow, I've never seen that. I mean, you see like icons on a map being like, here's the church and here's the hotel and here's where you get your items, and here's where you get your armor and your weapons or whatever. But it's cool that it says it on the actual door, like before you're about to go into it. And the loading time is really quick. Like I barely noticed a thing. And something really cool. So it's coming out on Switch 1 and 2, and the upgrade price for Switch 2 is so expensive. It's $1. You can get the Switch 2 version for $1. After you buy the Switch 1 version. So I thought that was really funny. I had heard online, I think I heard it from the 8-4 Play podcast, but they were saying that in Japan you have to charge something for the upgrade. That's why, like, I think they were talking about the Fantasy Life, because that's why they charge like $250 or something like that. But they're going even lower. They're charging 99 cents for the upgrade for Trails in the Sky. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm just really impressed with it. I think it looks really beautiful. The characters are cool. Like, they have like a really good like banter back and forth with the two. It's like they're siblings. Well, it's like this kid and her dad finds this other kid, but they're raised together as siblings. And I think there's going to be a story as to where the kid's like from like the emperor, from a different town or whatever. I think they're going to get into that later. And that's the basis of it. You become bracers, as I said earlier. Brace yourself for the bracers, because when you're fighting, the Estelle will say that sometimes, where she's like, brace yourself whenever you're about to fight somebody. Uh-huh. Or it's Estelle and Joshua are the two siblings that you play as at the beginning here. And Joshua would always say like, I'm your new target, if you play it on English. I was actually playing it on Japanese originally, but they were so cute the way they like talk back and forth to each other that I wanted it to be in English. because it does like the fun like party banter, like when you're on your way to like the next mission, they'll like talk to each other like while you're walking around the world, which I think is really cool. Like not that many games do that, but I don't know, it really feels like a modern day like Super Nintendo RPG, and that's what I love about it. And I'd very highly recommend that everybody play it because it's free. You can download it for free and play the opening 7 to 10 hours, and I think it's fucking great. Like it's, I mean, I was already really excited about it because it's, we finally get to play the first chapter in the Trails in the Sky series that has like 15 games or something like that. But
right,
I don't know. I thought they did a really good job. Like I've watched videos of like how similar it is compared to the original one and how it's all 3D and all that, but the characters look the same. And in the loading screens, they show the little sprites, the original sprites of the characters walking in the corner, so you can see what they used to look like before they were 3D and all that stuff. But yeah, everything's like fully voice acted, and it's just it's so fast, and the battle system is just cool as hell. Like it's nice to see. I like to see like old Japanese, like Japanese RPGs, and how they've been modernized, and it's just I don't know. It's worth seeing just to see how cool the battle system is now. And it kind of has a little bit of that Earthbound thing where like if you run into an enemy that's like like you're like much stronger than that enemy, you can just hit them with your sword and they'll just die, and you don't even have to go to you don't have to go into the battle mode or whatever, because you start off in the sewer. And there was like a side mission where this kid lost like a shiny rock in the sewer, and I had to go back and get it. And I went back down there, and everything was so easy that I just walked up and just poked them with the stick, and they just died in 1 second. So I just went through and just hit everybody without even going into the battle mode, like in all real time and all that. And it's cool.
That feels good when you can do that in RPGs.
Yeah. But yeah, it's check it out. I mean, you'll like it. I mean, it kind of feels. I mean, it feels like Ys plus Dragon Quest is kind of what I get from it. I mean, it's a Falcom game, so obviously it's going to feel like Ys.
Oh,
because you'll see characters from, there's none that I recognize, but I remember when we had, I forget what his name was. One of our guests who talked about Ys was saying that there are characters from the Ys games that have showed up in Trails games, and they do kind of go back and forth. So you may see characters that you recognize from one to another. But yeah, it's got a great soundtrack. It looks beautiful. It's very fast and smooth and has like no loading time. So check it out. Trails in the Sky or trailing out there.
Is that so? I could still get that demo. That's not like a limited time thing.
Oh no, it's out right now. It's out on the American eShop. You can download it any time. What I was originally going to have as my middle name on this episode was constantly checking the eShop for the English demo, because I checked it like multiple times a day, being like, where the fuck is the English demo at? And I saw like a bunch of posts online, like from Gung Ho and from Falcom and all that. And I saw all the like so many comments were like, where the fuck is the English demo? Where the fuck is the English? And like people are getting so mad about it, but it's there now. You can download it. It's free. It'll carry into the game. It starts right at the beginning. Check it out. It's some cool shit. So that's the big one for me. Oh, and also I got the Sonic Racing Crossworlds demo. It's not available yet, but tomorrow night I think is when it starts, and it's going to go through the weekend. So you can download that right now for free. Also, if you want to play the Sonic Racing Crossworlds, I watched a video of it. It actually looks a lot like Transformed. It does, where you transform into spaceships and boats and all that fun stuff. No Danica Patricks that I've seen yet, unfortunately, but you never know. We do have Pac-Man and Steve from Minecraft in there, so the sky's the limit. But I'm excited to play that. I might stream it on Friday too. So if anybody's listening to this, check out Friday afternoon. I'm gonna play the hell out of that game. And also, I tested out all the games that we got from our retro trip last week.
How'd it turn out?
Well, I thought that the Turok Evolution didn't work again because I put it in my GameCube and it didn't come on. It said like error, and I'm like, oh shit. But then I put it on the Wii, and then it worked. So
interesting.
I played a little bit on the Wii, and then I was like, is this like how they all are? So I tried my old Turok game that didn't work, and it still didn't work on the Wii. So it was just this one that works on the Wii, but not the GameCube. I don't know why. I don't know why that is.
That's weird.
And I tried it on the Wii here, both my Wiis. I have one here and one in the other room, and it's worked on both of them so far. So, I don't know.
Maybe something to do with, who knows?
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
just
know.
going to say stuff I don't understand.
And I was like, is my GameCube fucked up? So I tried some other GameCube games in it, and those worked, but the Turok one didn't. And it had a different error than the other one did. Like, the other one just said, like, can't read disk. And this one, it would say, like, check your manual or something. Like, when it did, like, when it did that at the beginning, it said, like, check the manual. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? And also my TV kind of got fucked up, which sucks.
Oh, no.
My CRT, it still works. It's just, I think that the blue is gone. If you can see it right now, how I have it in my Super Nintendo going through both TVs. The red one over here has the right color, and the green one is the CRT one. So like the blue is gone with it, gone from it. So everything's like kind of more pink and purple now than it normally would be. So normally when I turned it on and off, it would have a blue screen that would open and close. Now that screen is pink, and I can't. I don't know. We had this crazy storm here where like the lights went off and on like 4 or 5 times, and then we had no internet for like 12 hours or something like that. It was like a long, the internet like completely went out in our area because we had this crazy thunderstorm where I swear that there was lightning like struck right in front of the house. Like it was a really huge like light, loud bang or whatever. And I had not come down here after that, and I went to Michigan and I came back, and my TV was like on down here and all staticky, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, it was like, what am I in, like Twin Peaks or something? And it must have been when the lights went off and on, but that was when I noticed that the color was fucked up. So I don't know if it had anything to do with the lights going off and on, but it's just, it's missing the blue. So the color, it still works fine. It's just colors are pinker and purpler now. So that kind of sucks because I really like it.
Reminds me of we had
CRT.
this old CRT that our neighbors gave us when I was like in junior high. They were like literally our next door neighbors, like a retired couple that my little brother befriended, and they gave us their old like console TV, and it was this gigantic thing. But we
With
thought
furniture all
huge
around it.
TV.
With the wood.
We're like,
Yeah.
huge TV, and it was just like everything just looked like really really yellow on it.
I remember seeing that, like, yes, that the colors could go out on that. I remember I was on some job and we were staying at
I mean, the technology doesn't last forever.
we were shooting at somebody's house, and it was like one of those early HD TVs, and they and they had a repair person there, like they took it apart and was saying like, oh, you need more like red in your TV, they were trying to fix the colors or whatnot, but it had to actually like take the whole TV apart. You couldn't like do it through the settings or whatnot, but I do remember seeing that. So maybe one of the tubes are out, or the blue tube's out, or I don't know, something.
Well, before there was YouTube, there was Bluetooth.
There was cathode ray tube. Is what my TV is here. So now it's red tube, I guess. Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds like one of those trailers where they show like all the blood or whatever.
that, my friend, is a porn website.
Red tube.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Isn't it? Was it Red Brand? What is the thing where it's supposed to be like uncensored trailers? You know what I'm talking about, John? Or Red Book or
Red Band,
something like that. Red Band.
Red Band.
Yeah.
It's probably Red Band.
It's supposed to be like
the trailers would have red bands,
like horror trailers or whatever that are like more like gruesome. I don't know.
Dawn of the Dead.
I thought they all looked the same.
Red Band trailer.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, yeah, Turok Evolution works fine. Everything works fine pretty much. I tried all of them. Some of them are. I actually looked up. I looked up the reviews of all these also. I played Turok on PS3 a little bit. It's fine. It's not super brown. It's got a little bit more color than most PS3 games, but I think it's got a 7 on IGN. Turok Evolution got a 7 too. Turok Evolution kind of feels like a better looking 64 game, so I like it a little bit better. If Night Dive would like re-release this and clean it up a little bit, I would totally buy it. I got there's like a Star Fox level in there, which I didn't know about that. You find a pterodactyl and you get to fly around and blow shit up, and it has like like a sandboxy type thing where you can turn around, and it feels like a Star Fox 64 level. That's really cool. That's never happened in any other Turok game that I've played, so that was a fun surprise. That's like the 3rd or 4th level. That's about as far as I got, but that's cool. What was it? That my $2 games, Star Wars Clone Wars: The Lightsaber Battles. I beat this game, It only took me like an hour. It's basically like a fighting game. You just lightsaber people and it's over before you know it. It takes place during the events of the first Clone Wars movie, so you have like one of the Hutts in there. I don't remember what name is, and you end up fighting this Super Force robot guy at the end.
So it's like a fighting game. It's not like a beat 'em up or slash 'em up.
Well, I mean, it's a lightsaber fighting game, but it feels like you're playing through like an arcade mode in like Street Fighter. Is kind of what I got from it. Except for you don't get to pick your characters, and it alternates like as a story. So like you'll start off as like Ahsoka Tano, and then you'll play as like Anakin, and then you'll play as Obi-Wan. You only play as those three, but you'll play against like Count Dooku and like General Grievous and all those different Jokers, as you go through the thing, and then eventually you fight this super Sith robot. And like any dialogue that you ever heard them say in anything, they will say in this game at some point. Like it's, like when you're playing as Anakin, he'll be like, "Oh, now it's time for the fun to begin," or whatever. Like they'll say like every line you've heard from the prequels at some point in this game. Like they wanted to make sure and cover everything. So it's kind of hilarious. But yeah, I went through it in like an hour, and I looked up the review for this. I think it got a 5. Matt Casamassina reviewed this one too. Man, he was doing all of them back in the day. I played Tony Hawk Proving Ground, also my $2 game. I understand why. The controls fucking suck on the Wii. You can't play it with the classic controller or the GameCube controller, so you have to play it with the nunchuck, and it's just like where the buttons are fucking stupid. Like the trigger is like jump and kick flip is like C and Z is like grab. It's like impossible to try to do like Tony Hawk combos like you would with a normal controller with the Wii and nunchuck. Like it's stupid.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that one where he stepped aside from Activision and went with somebody else for a moment? Wasn't it one of those games, or was that a mobile game?
This is Activision right here, so it's not this one.
Yeah, there was a mobile game.
I mean, maybe that was Ride, and maybe Ride and Shred were different. I didn't get those because I didn't want to get the.
What's the difference with Proving Ground? What's the main gist of the difference?
Honestly,
why it's not a numbered Tony Hawk game.
Well, I mean, they kind of stopped numbering. Well, they stopped numbering after like 4. It's Tony Hawk 1 through 4, and then you have Underground and Underground 2, which I thought was 5 and 6, and then you have American Wasteland, which I thought was 7, because the next one, which I got on PSP, is Tony Hawk Project 8. See, they even knew it. They put an 8 in it, and Proving Ground would be 9. Would be Tony Hawk 9. So, I mean, There's like 9 fucking Tony Hawk games. By the time you get to Proving Ground, there's not really a whole lot of new things to do here, But, I mean, I figured it would at least be kind of enjoyable if I could play it with a regular controller, but I can't. I have to play with the Wii nunchuck and remote, and that sucks. It's not particularly fun. But actually, weirdly enough, almost, I guess, this one got a 6 out of 10 on IGN, the PSP game. And PSP game's pretty playable, because it's got the regular, like, 4 buttons and all that. And I went back and played the fucking opening level from Tony Hawk 1 again in there. So, it's like, how many times did they reuse that? I mean, I don't know. Here's another game with it on there. But I guess Project 8 was, because by the time they got to, like, Underground 2, they were trying to bring back, like, the classic courses, where you'd find the skate and you did the 2 minutes and all that shit, before they destroyed the remake of Tony Hawk 4 or whatever. You had that. And that's kind of what this one is. It's basically like, let's take it back to the original game. So it's like a collection of old levels again, and then some new levels, is what I gathered from Project 8. But I don't know, it's fun to play on the PSP. It looks pretty cool, from what it is. But at least they all work, is the moral of the story. Good. For that. But yeah, we could take a break after that if you want.
Sure.
We'll talk about UFO 50 and whatever else.
Hey, you.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, you. Subscribe to our Patreon to hear our bonus shows, which happen every month.
I'm tired.
Tired of all the big corporate podcasts spoon-feeding you the same old video game news on every single show?
Spaghetti. Ravioli.
Then expand!
With NintenDomain Expansion Pack.
It's us talking about old games that were important to us. It's us interviewing people that we meet at conventions. And heck, it's live shows from those same conventions. It's basically everything you could want that NintenDomain ever made.
Here we go!
And it's just $1 a month.
That's less than a bad indie on the eShop.
It's $12 a year, which is less than Nintendo Switch Online.
Thank you so much for subscribing to our Patreon and supporting NintenDomain.
Just go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast and, hey, Mario, let go. Whoa! He's throwing us back to the show.
So long, Bowser.
Patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast.
Game over.
Back from the break. I did say that I was going to show the stuff that, well, I have one thing that John gave me. The other thing I forgot in the car still, but I did say I was going to show something from last week, and here it is. Here's my Simpsons metal poster that John gave me that was part of your Simpsons arcade game.
Yeah, it came with the Simpsons arcade one-up, and I thought it's cool and all, but like that's a lot of it. I already have an arcade machine with like the same graphics on it. And, like,
is it magnetic?
It's metal.
I mean, it's metal.
There's no.
I was wondering if
magnets
magnets would stick to it.
Oh,
I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure they
possibly,
would.
yeah.
Because that'd be kind of cool. You could like use it as a little magnet place.
I could. I figured out where I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it on the other side of the wall over here. It'll go with, because I already kind of have like some arcadey type stuff. That's like where I have a Pac-Man. Pac-Man sign over there too. So
it is a cool poster. It's large and it's like
you don't have an entire house to decorate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I thought I've had this for like almost 2 years at this point, and Trey's coming over. I'll just give it to them.
Thanks.
Boom.
And you gave me another thing, but I forgot it in the car. So maybe another time I'll show that piece of stuff. But yeah, Jeremy, what are you're still playing UFO 50?
That's basically all I played, other than I did play,
you love
a decent
that game.
amount of Chibi Robo, as I said earlier. But yes, I love UFO 50. It's so good for someone who's just like as ADD as I am. Like, wow.
Yeah, but you've been playing like specific ones. I did play Party House a little bit.
Uh-huh.
There was Sunday night. There was a pay-per-view. There's an AEW pay-per-view, so I just drove to the hotel and watched it at the hotel, which is great. But once Forbidden Door was over, I played some UFO 50, and I played the Party House one, and I like it, kind of didn't get it at all, and I think I kind of get it a little bit, but I sort of understand how it works. I didn't beat the first mission, but I was able to get 2 aliens, because you have to get 4, right?
Yeah. You're doing the right thing, yeah.
But I kind of got it. I was like, all right, well, I gotta save up money so I can make like the room bigger. But I want to kick out the rowdy people so the cops don't get called. And if they're about to get called, just end the party, because then you'll get some stuff. Yeah. So I kind of was starting to figure it out. And as I was saying, the crew members that I work with, this camera guy was really into UFO 50. And the other day he was like, have you ever played Camouflage? And I played that game for a while, there's a game that is like nothing I've ever heard of ever. Like it's
pretty cool.
It's got, it even reminds me of like Fire Emblem a little bit, just because of like the idea of it. So you're a lizard, and and there's different like colors. There's different like terrain that you go on, and all you do is you press one button, and you'll become the color of whatever terrain you're on top of. And there's these like different creatures, these like frogs or whatever, that will eat you if you cross their path. And there's only two buttons. There's the button to change the color to the color of the terrain, and there's a button to show like where the monsters can see you. And that's what reminds me of Fire Emblem, because in Fire Emblem you can press a button and it'll show you like where all the enemies will attack you if you cross this area. So it kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, you'll collect like there's like 2 collectibles, and there's also another lizard that you can get. And when you get the other lizard, you have to also be able to camouflage the other lizard, so the frog won't eat you. And it's just like, it's really cool. It's just a really cool, unique game, and I could not think of any other game that's like that, like, you know, that existed for NES or whatever, you know. And
No, I can't.
just
Either. It's pretty cool.
it's just a unending well of greatness is what UFO 50 is.
I agree.
It's just it's the fountain of youth of wonderfulness, or whatever you want to call it. It's a wonderful game.
Well, speaking of Party House, though, I beat it, so I've gotten 3.
Nice.
I've beaten 3 out of the 50 games in the collection now, or, you know, whatever it takes to like get the initial.
Oh, only 3? I thought you had beaten more. I thought you had gotten farther.
I've only finished 3 now. But this one I keep going back to because to get the cherry, which is like the special, like you have to collect a certain amount of cherries to get achievements or something. I don't completely understand it, but this game's cherry that you can get is like, well, I also don't think you could. Yeah, it tells you how to get the cherry once you beat the game, but I think you can get both at the same time if you know what you're doing. But in this one, you have to. There's 5 scenarios, and I've beaten all 5 of the scenarios, and then there's a 6th one that's just called random, and you have to beat 5 of those in a row without losing. And the furthest I've gotten is 2. It's really hard to get like beyond that because you don't know what it's going to be. It's random, so you don't know what cards are going to be available. You could just have bad draws, and it's kind of frustrating, but I still keep doing it. I still keep going back and trying to get that 5 in a row. But I almost got 3 in a row, and I had all the cards I needed. They just didn't come out in the hand. Like I had the 4 star cards, but they didn't get drawn, so I lost on the last hand. But
yeah, and you can't really see, like, I guess the only thing, like, if you have the dog, it'll tell you like what your next hand would be. But
there's a
like,
couple different ones that can do that.
But that's like about it, right? Or are there other ones that can do that too?
Yeah, and then there's a couple that can like. You got ones that can like boot out individuals, but you can also use certain cards to like just completely clear the board and restart it.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
And that doesn't restart your actions. Like if your card's used its action for the turn, it's still gone. But it basically just shuffles your deck and like redeals it, and then that can kind of change the tide for the better or the worse. But I do that from time to time. I just like just get to that point where I can know when I need to end the day. But it's so addictive to try to get those bonuses that you want to keep going. So I actually like watched the credits all the way through, and it gave a couple codes at the end, and I put those codes into the terminal.
Oh, you did some stuff with the terminal?
Yeah, and one of them was called Have Glee or Make Glee, or I can't remember what it is, but it lets you set your like whatever of all the different pieces you want. And that was pretty fun because I set it to where like there's these pieces that are called like social climbers, and they gain a popularity point every time they get drawn. So by the end, they like you're just racking in all these crazy points because they're all like worth 9 points each.
Oh wow!
So I just like made a bunch of those, and like I beat the game with like 10 days left or 10 parties left or something. It was hilarious. So I've kind of gotten good at like the strategy, but it is different depending on what cards are available, and damn that first hand, because no matter what, you can't really control what happens in that first hand.
Oh yeah.
You don't even know what's like in the reserves until you get to that first like sub menu after the first hand. But other than Party House, which easily my favorite game on the collection, I played this other one called Porgy, and it's like a Metroidvania, but you're like a sentient submarine. And you've got like this lady talking to you and kind of guiding you along. She's like getting hold of you from like wherever home base is. You know, it's all 2D, and you're going down through the depths, and collecting like different things, and you have to bring them back to your base to expand like your fuel, or like make your missiles better, or give yourself new weapons and stuff. And on top of that, you're trying to like get all these eggs that have been scattered and bring them back to this like mermaid creature. But in the meantime, you've got to fight all these bad guys, and they can steal items that you're pulling behind you. So like you got to be careful they don't just snatch something away if you're not paying attention. That's really annoying. And then on top of that, there's all these different bosses that'll just show up randomly, and the person who's like talking to you over your intercom or whatever will be like, I feel a chill in my blood. What's going on? And then within like 5 or 10 seconds, you'll run into a boss. And they're just kind of random, like where they show up. There's like a shark and an octopus, and I've run into like a big eel, like a big like moray or something like that. And they all have different like attack patterns and stuff. And I've only actually been able to kill one. I killed the shark, and that was kind of like, I kind of cheesed it, but whatever, it worked. And I beat one of the sharks, and it hasn't come back, so that's kind of cool. But this game will like save every time you go back to your little base, so I can keep going back to it and making more progress in it. So it's pretty fun. It doesn't have a map or anything. You have to kind of memorize where everything is. And it's really fucking hard, because getting back to the base with all your stuff, since you have like a fuel meter rather, but that's also your energy meter. So if an enemy hits you, you lose fuel. And so getting all that loot back to the station, and like the urge to like pick up other things on the way back is really high, but then you run the risk of not making it back with anything. So it's another risk reward scenario, but I like it. It's fun. The shooting is really wonky, but I guess it kind of simulates what torpedoes would probably be sort of like on a submarine, but I don't really like the shooting in it too much.
Yeah.
That game, I think I mentioned it last week. There's a game called Rock On Island, and that's like a tower defense game where you're building cavemen to fight dinosaurs. I'm almost to the end of it. I figured out how to like further upgrade my pieces and how to like buff them and stuff. So once I started figuring that out, like the game opened up a lot, and I started having a bunch more fun with it. But I still feel like I'm kind of stuck where I'm at. I've got like 2 levels left.
I did want to say on the Trails in the Sky thing, like Trails in the Sky felt like such a breath of fresh air after playing like Grimstone for so long, and how,
I bet.
And how mean and like grindy that game is. And I was saying before, I had the hardest time with the timed attacks and all that, and just like playing something as smooth and modern as Trails in the Sky was like, wow.
Which is funny because it's not a modern game. It's just like remade for modern.
Well, yeah. It's like it's in the same realm as like the Kiwami games, where they basically took, the Kiwami games. They basically took the engine of like Zero, which was new, and then redid the old games with that engine. So they're basically taking like, the engine from like Tales Through Daybreak or whatever the last ones were that had the action combat, and putting it into the original.
Or like how they're going to do Dragon Quest 1 and 2, the same engine they did 3 in.
Yeah, like that too as well. I thought about playing those games also, since 1 and 2 is coming out like in a couple months or whatever. But yeah, I haven't really touched Grimstone since last time. I still want to play through it. I still want to play through it, but yeah, I mean, I liked it so much that it inspired me to want to play other turn-based games. And then I was playing Trails in the Sky, and I was like, yeah, this feels like so much better. And not that it's easy. It's definitely not easy, because I've definitely been killed a few times on Trails in the Sky, and you have to like know what you're doing. You can't just like like you have to be careful about, because you can totally get killed if you're not paying attention. Yeah. And there's a boss battle where you have to protect these 2 kids, and if either of them gets killed, then you automatically game over. So that was kind of difficult too. But
escort mission.
Yeah, there is kind of an escort mission thing in there. But yeah, UFO 50. Yeah, so you're like 75 hours, so you're almost there.
Yeah,
I think you'll be at like 100 by next week, maybe. Or
the other ones I've been playing are Pilot Quest, which is the one that they say like use the clock or whatever. So when you're not there, like the little like resource bots you have will keep producing resources to the point where every time I go back, all my resources are just maxed out, but I need new ones to make new items. So it's like I got to go find those still. So I just kind of like go in, I buy the meat, and I run into like the little Zelda overworld area, and I get as far as I can. And I've actually gone through a couple dungeons now and beaten a couple bosses and stuff. So I've made some progress in that. And now I have like a resource like I was complaining about not having last week. I now not only have it, but I can produce it on my island. So it's cool. It's a cool little survival game, but once you like run out of meat, you might as well just quit playing until it restocks.
Yeah, you said you have to hit the one thing like 500 times or something like that to get more meat.
But that doesn't even help with the meat because like initially getting 500 for the meat's really tough, but once you're generating it, like you always have money, but there's only 8 meat available at a time, and they get regenerated over a period of time. I don't know exactly how it works, but you can really only like go out into the world area a couple times in a row where you basically have to let it all regenerate. It's still cool though. Lords of Disconia, I'm on the 9th of the 10th scenarios still. I think that's where I was last week, but I still keep playing it. I'm still playing it most days because I enjoy it. I'm just trying to like get better at it because the AI is tuned up to the max. At least it feels that way, and they're making these crazy trick shots on me. But I'm getting better at like figuring out how my pieces ricochet and stuff. So I'm getting better at the game, and therefore I think I can beat it. I'm gonna try. I really want to beat it. I love Lords of Disconia. I've watched a few different reviews of UFO 50, and people are kind of in the middle about it, but it's one of my favorite games on the collection. So this is one of those cases where maybe this game was made for me.
You'll have to like whenever you're like almost done with UFO 50, which may never happen, but do like a top 10 or something of what your favorite games are or whatever.
I've already been thinking about that because,
or you could do like a top 50 or I mean, I could see you like.
There's some stuff in there that I don't care to play.
You can rearrange them, and you can do your preferred ones and rearrange like, like how we do with the folders and all that. I could see you doing that with the UFO 50.
I'd say when all is said and done, there'll probably be 10 to 15 games in here that I'm like absolutely obsessed with, and then a few more I like, and the rest I just don't care about. That's kind of what I predict happening. But I would love it if I loved all 50 games. Maybe I will eventually.
That's kind of the nature of it. Yeah, that you can. There's so many games, but there's so much replayability. Just you just need one. You just need to love one, I guess, and it's worth it. But there's so many.
I don't know if you've played much of it, Trey, but there's a game on there called Mini and Max.
I haven't played that one yet. I know a lot of people like that,
really,
right?
Really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's starting to grow on me, pun intended, because the plot of this game is like your parents are going away for whatever reason, and your big sister's babysitting you, but she wants to have a party, but she doesn't want you around, so she locks you in the closet with your dog. And then somehow, I don't remember exactly how, but you discover that you can shrink down in size. And then the closet becomes like your gameplay overworld, and you shrink down, like you're walking inside the closet and you shrink down in different parts, and then you're in like a miniaturized version of the world. And then you eventually get the ability to shrink down once more, and then you're like in a microscopic version of the world. And it's really interesting, like the stuff they do with it, like in the puzzles and stuff. It's really cool. It's definitely a platformer, like in the style of like MC Kids or Doki Doki, but a lot more like open ended.
I do like
because like at any point, like instead of dying, like if you get hit, you'll just grow again, and then you'll shrink again, but you go back to whatever the beginning part of that tile is that you're in, that you shrunk in, but you never really die or anything. And when you grab an item, you can grow with it, and it grows with you, and you can take it somewhere else and then shrink and, carry it all the way across the map really quick that way. So there's a lot of really cool mechanics in that little 2D game, and I've just really started playing it, but I really like it.
Nice.
So I expect to hear more from me about that game next week.
No, there's more stuff I need to try on there. I probably won't be playing anything else until I get through the prologue of Trails in the Sky, but once I get past that, and play the Sonic and whatever
it was giving me not really Chibi Robo vibes, but just, miniature world vibes that kind of felt the same, because I'm running around like a domestic area or like a domicile, but I'm in a closet instead of a whole house.
I do like that stuff. Well, do you want to if you're done with your stuff, why don't we
I'm done.
why don't we do the news here?
News. Don't snooze or you miss the news.
We got some games coming out this week. I'm going to talk about the releases. You split them up, or now I can't find all of them. Hello Mario is out now. Has anybody fucked with that game?
No.
Yeah, is it only out on the Japanese version?
Yeah, I got
Yes.
I got it through the Japanese eShop, but I haven't played it yet. But it's in English. If you download it, it downloads in English, so it's fully playable and all that. You just have to get it from the Japanese eShop, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything. It's some I don't know. It's an actual baby game, right? It's for very young people.
Yeah,
From what I
think it's
to move Mario's face around. I haven't watched
it's like
any videos
give
of it
this
or
to your
anything.
kid. They'll shut up for a while you're at the restaurant trying to finish your meal or whatever.
It's like the movie. It's like, here, watch the movie, and you'll shut up for
Sure.
an hour and a half or whatever.
Here, stretch Mario's face while I try to stuff my face.
Yeah, that's out on the Japanese eShop. You can download it for free and play it. Hurdling is out from the Indie Direct. It's for $24.99. I think it's on sale for like $15 or $16 or something like that. Discounty. Did you play the demo of that?
You know what? I forgot to mention that. I did play some of the demo. I didn't play all the demo, but enough to kind of sort of start to get a feel for it.
It's like a cozy game, right? Town
Yeah.
management, something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got similar vibes to Stardew or whatever, where you're like new in town and you're taking over for somebody who used to be there, taking over their store or whatever. And that's kind of as far as I got, but there was a lot of talking to NPCs and the like.
It's cool. Yeah, that's coming out. That's what's out right now for $20. Shantae Advance Risky Revolution. That's the remake of the Game Boy Advance one, right? Is out now for $24.99. Shinobi Art of Vengeance will be out this week for $29.99. Super Robot Wars Y is coming out this week too, which I didn't even remember the release date of it. But there's a demo, and I downloaded the demo, and I'll fuck with it at some point. The Star Trek visual novel that we talked about last week a little bit, that's coming out this week for $20.
Resurgence.
And it does actually have, I saw Riker in there, so it definitely does have like next generation characters in it. Like if you look at the pictures, I saw a picture of Will there, so, and they got those later, those outfits with the with like the V in the middle or whatever. I don't know. I'm interested to see if it's any good at all because there's only a few Star Trek games on there, and I pay attention to whatever's on there. The Little Kitty Big City update's up now. I actually downloaded it, but I haven't played it yet. But I updated.
Is that a free update?
It's free, yeah. It's free if you own the game, but it's got extra story content, so I'll go back into that world. I had a lot of fun with that game, so it's like I said, it's like Goose Game with cats. That's what it felt like. You're a cat and you get to go around and fuck with people. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, Kirby. The new Kirby game is coming out. Well, it's not really the DLC for Kirby in the Forgotten Land. The Kirby Starcross Worlds is going to be out in like 13 minutes. I'm still kind of on the fence about whether I'll get it or not. It doesn't seem, from what I heard, it doesn't feel like it's new enough. Like it's like remixes of levels that are already on there.
And then
And it
it's
runs
just
better.
the new stuff that runs better, right? The old stuff runs the same.
No, I mean, the old stuff should run better. They did actually do that. It's not like the Mario Party thing where Mario Party Jamboree wasn't changed at all, and just the Jamboree TV was the different stuff. Apparently, but also they should.
That's what I'm confusing.
But also they shouldn't charge for that. They should let you just download. If it's just like, you should be able to just get whatever's going to make the game run better.
I
For
agree.
Switch 2, you should not have to pay for that. And
That
like
should
20,
be
and-
like
yeah.
that should be like afforded to you since you spent so much on a new console that they seem to be backing off of having third-party developers develop for.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. Well, I mean, I knew they didn't send out a whole lot of development kits because they didn't want anybody to know, because they didn't want the word to come out. But apparently, they're encouraging people to develop for Switch 1 and not 2. So I don't know. But whatever. And also, yeah, Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar is out now too, on Switch 1 and 2. So there's both of those. Apparently, it's good. I don't know. It got reviewed well, but
I heard it's
there
kind of
is
bizarre.
that. It's you sell things. You sell things at the bazaar. It plays that song the whole time. The how bizarre. No, like through the whole thing. So you
New Zealand.
basically end up slitting your wrists, because I mean, you can only listen to that song for so long. And if you want to know the rest, buy the rights or whatever. Anyway, what else is on here? Oh yeah, Silk Song. Silk Song got a fucking release date finally. Finally.
Of course it did.
For the 4th, for next week.
It's real.
It's coming out next week. Can you believe it?
I saw a friend of the show, Janet Garcia, was in Germany at the show, and
at Gamescom?
Yeah, she was at Gamescom, and she was like, I don't know if she waited in line to play Silk Song, but the line was supposedly like crazy to play that. Like that's all anyone cared about, and like what I can't remember exactly what she said on Blue Sky. It was something to the degree of like, if I waited multiple hours to play Silk Song and then found out it was coming out 2 weeks later, I would walk into the ocean.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I couldn't believe. Well, I mean, I said, I've said many times on the show that it's never coming out, and now it is next week, next Thursday. It'll be out like right after we. I mean,
not quite a shadow drop, but
yeah,
for that game, that's like a shadow drop.
Yeah, I'm not going to get it, but it's coming out, and I'll hear so many people talk about it.
And it's like a true sequel, right? It's not an upgrade to Hollow Knight. It's a new. It's a new game.
It's its own game, I guess. I mean, I guess I could try to re-download Hollow Knight and play it again, but I don't want to because I didn't like it. So, but yeah, a lot of people who like that game, it's coming out. That same DP guy was like, dude, Silk Song, 2 weeks. I'm like, yep, there it is. It's coming out.
I mean, obviously people care about it. So.
Yeah. I mean, people really.
I am interested to see, who knows, maybe it'll be like, holy crap, Stains, this is amazing. Like, even if you haven't played the first one, you got to play this and this, that, and the other. And sometimes that's enough to excite me to at least want to try. But I'm there with you, Trey, where I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not interested. I never
wasn't
played the
super
first one.
interested in it. I have it. I didn't really get that far in it. And
yeah, I have
lost interest.
I have the first one. I have the first one. I didn't like it very much. What I've heard, people apparently I didn't play it long enough, but
right, it's one of those games that you have to like play for quite a while, I think, to get into.
Yeah, when you have to play a game for like 30 hours before it's good, like what's the point? Like I don't want to like play a game I don't like for that long to get to wherever the cool part is, or whatever. It's like
I agree.
It's like you got to watch like 5 movies before you get to like the 6th good one or something. It's like, why even do that? Just don't watch any of them.
It's like you have to read the Old Testament before you can read the New Testament.
Or the Quran too, or all the other ones that preceded that. What else is on here?
Hitman got updated. I haven't tried it yet.
Oh yeah. They got it's supposed to have steady frame rate now. Correct?
30 frame per second cap.
30 or 40, something like that.
The cap is turned on by default, so that's a good thing. And
is
a couple other updates to it. Yep. Yeah, because
I thought you could like toggle it on and off.
You can toggle it on and off. Yep.
That's good.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving that a shot again because it really was pretty rough. And yeah, I bought that game and basically played about 2 hours of it on the Switch too, and then moved on to other stuff. So.
But everything's there, like it's.
Yeah, but everything carried over.
Yeah, everything.
For you, at
That's
least.
so cool.
Everything without.
I don't know. I think you should get rid of that one guy, Conor McGregor. Just get rid of him.
They
already did actually. You can't play as him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't that a timed event? Like he's not.
It was, but then there's the thing where you could always go back to the arcade and you can try those things again. But they took him out of the game.
He threatened to beat up the entire studio.
Yep.
Get rid of that dude.
Well, there was a job posting from Monolith Soft showing that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has new lighting, which would suggest a Switch 2 upgrade is coming.
Yeah. It's basically it showed like an image that just looked different from the original one.
Strange to be 2 of all games.
Well, two was the first Xenoblade release for Switch 1. So
that's true, but
I don't know. I mean, if I would play Torna again because that's the shorter one. I've said it before. I would only play the DLCs because those games are like 200 hours, and I don't think I have the time to go through those again. But
you love them though.
No, they're great. But I would play the shorter ones. I'd play like Torna, which is only like 20 hours. Like the DLC stuff. If they did like a new version of it, because then I can't
believe you actually finished
doable.
X.
I did. Well, I didn't do the bonus content, but I got I got to the end of the Wii U story. I finished I still
can't believe you did that, and I just kind of gave up on it.
I made it to the first credits, is what I did. There's still more to be done, but yeah, I did. I mean, there's only like one more chapter, I think, but yes, I did. I mean, I was, I put like 130 hours into that game. I really liked that game a lot. I think I understood it better this time around.
I definitely did as well. I get distracted easily.
Yeah. Well, you did say that you would get through it by the end of the year, so
Oh God!
you still got that on you. East 10 Proud Nordics had officially got announced that it's coming to America towards the beginning of the year next year is what they're saying. And there's already a deluxe version on Amazon with a game key card.
I thought
Of
ESX
course.
was... Oh, Proud Nordics is like the upgrade.
This is like the Persona, the Persona 5 Royale like sort of thing. I mentioned it before. They're doing a Switch 2 version with 120 FPS, extra, bonus story content. $70. They're selling it for $70 for a game I already have. But I really want to play it in 120 FPS. Damn it. So, I don't know. I'm tempted. I really wanted to play it again because I've been playing all the trail stuff. And it reminds me of 10. And I'm like, it's actually in my Switch because I had a physical. And I'm still debating. I was like, well, do I play through the old version and then get the new version? Or do I wait for the new version and then play it all the way through? I don't know. But I mean, I'll probably get it. I'll end up getting it.
That's too bad you can't upgrade it. That's
Yeah,
that sucks.
Well, they did the same thing. They did the same thing with Shin Megami Tensei, the Shin Megami Tensei game, where you couldn't. I think they completely delisted the original one and only put the new one on the eShop. So they kind of were trying to force you to get the Vengeance version. But there's that. Yuka Replay Lee is coming to Switch. Also, it's not going to be a game key card, so it's actually going to be on the cartridge. So that's good.
Interesting.
That's a good thing. So you can have all of that game that nobody cares about.
And it sounds like that. Yeah, they're like, okay, we'll do this because
I don't
guess
know.
They are gonna suck up. Okay, they can't have a whole lot of money as a studio. Maybe they do. I don't know.
It looks a little bit. It looks a little bit better than the other one, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't think the other one was very good.
It doesn't mean that it's going to be more fun.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the other one, it just was clunky, and the stuff you did in it wasn't fun.
It really just feels like an apology, like they're trying to do better this time around.
Sure, yeah.
So buy it again.
Yeah. No.
We're sorry. Give us more money, please.
Something I always kind of wanted to buy, and I think would help it. The new version, the A Train All Aboard Tourism. It's like one of those train games, but you move around Japan and all that stuff.
This is the guy from The Boys.
A Train, yeah. You get to run into some. You get to run through a girlfriend and start a main character on an adventure into the Boys or whatever. No, I don't know. It's gonna have mouse mode. There was a demo for it, and I remember playing around with it, and I just played it a little bit, and they were like, "Oh, this really needs a mouse," and it's gonna have one. So
I always wanted to play a train simulator one of these days.
This one seemed kind of cool. It also seemed really complicated, like as most of those train simulators do. So I don't know. It's there. There it is.
But the Friday the 13th developer is back with a new game of the same type, but it's Halloween this time. That's cool. I mean, a lot of people like that Friday the 13th game.
Yeah, I'd be curious. I mean, I like the Friday the 13th game. It had some fun nods to the series, and
so that's the one where one person's Jason and then everybody else against.
Yeah, and
Correct.
and there were ways to kill Jason though, which we did actually do a few times. I did play it because it was kind of fun, and there were different. You could have the different Jasons from the different movies, and you could call the one guy that it was Corey Feldman's character, but it wasn't him. The one that actually killed Jason, and then they had all this cool stuff that was pulled from the movies, and Halloween. I don't know those as well, but I don't know. It could be fun, I guess.
I don't find him as menacing as Jason.
Michael Myers
isn't as yeah.
I mean, have you seen The Love Guru? It was pretty rough. It was pretty menacing.
Nice.
Oh, behave.
Yeah, that Mike Myers really get to you.
High on Life 2 features more than 5 fully emulated games, including Bible adventures.
What?
Yeah, I don't really understand.
So they must have gotten the rights to some wisdom tree or something.
Yeah, Bible adventures.
I wonder if they just
Played in
purchased the rights just because they could. And okay, I might see what that's.
It's
all
like
about,
it's like
though.
yeah. How
even
does
though the first High on Life was like nails going into my head when I tried to play it.
Super annoying. Yeah, I mean, it's like how would it even? I don't even understand how it would work. Like how the Bible adventure stuff would work. You just. Is it like an unlockable, or you find it somewhere, or what?
Yeah, well, the first one would have movies in there. You'd sit and watch a whole movie in the first game. There's a couple of those in there. So I guess they're including movies plus a couple of games too. So you're probably just sitting in front of the TV and Yep, playing Bible adventures, but your gun is talking to you.
Your gun is like, why are you playing this game? Throw Moses in the river. It's fun. Nothing happens. But do it. That's that one, right? We can throw the Moses
that's
in
the one.
there and carry the animals to different places. I listened to that Retronauts where they talked about it.
That's the one. I own it. Actually,
I
I
mean-
own 2 copies.
Did you hear about this game called There Are No Ghosts at the Grand? You
No.
might be interested in this one because it combines hotel renovation, ghosts, and ska.
Ska?
Yeah,
Están,
just like that.
How so?
Están no fantasmas at the Grand?
Is it like Ghost Town by the Specials? That's just that song playing over and over again in the background.
I don't know. We'll find out. But it's an Xbox game, so it's probably coming to Switch.
Like, what is it? What kind of game? I don't see
It's
it.
a first-person game, it looks like here. I see some guns in first-person perspective.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard anything about it.
Renovation sim and spooky horror mystery. I could like this. Because, like, I do like games that use the gun, but for creative reasons. Like, I really like Slime Rancher. That's what that game did.
Yeah, you
And
played
then
it.
as a tool, it was really fun in Quantum, whatever that game was. Quantum Conundrum? No, not that one. What's the one that we played on?
What's it called? Quantum Panic or something?
No. What's the one that we played that you recommended to me? And Subliminal.
Oh, Subliminal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Superliminal.
Superliminal. Yeah, games
Yeah.
like that where like the gun is your interface in a first-person environment. I like.
Like, like Portal.
Blueprints is all first person like this too. You don't have a gun, but you know, it could
First
be
person
cool.
puzzler. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand what the ska. Oh, because it's a musical. Okay.
Yeah, that could be cool. There's a new trailer for Wild Blue, which is one we've talked about before. It's a Star Fox like. It even kind of looks like
Another one of
the
those.
animation looks like the cartoon that came out for Star Fox Zero. Was it the Wii U one?
Uh,
Yeah, it kind of looks like that. The whole game looks like that.
Yeah, I don't
Could
know.
be cool.
I mean, there's so many of these that I lose track of them. There's one that came out that I got that's getting a Switch 2 sequel, but it's not this one. It's a different thing, but I forget what it's called.
Trey, you'd be interested in Wizardom.
Maybe.
Which is the
That,
Hexen like.
yeah, I put it on a few days ago. I mean, or I posted it. I don't know. I mean, I still have Heretic and Hexen that I could play instead, which are cool. Or actual cool games. I mean, I don't know. This one's like a new one.
so it's more like a dungeon crawler FPS.
I guess, yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it looks. There's a lot of stuff on the horizon. Well, I don't even know. Does that one even have a release date yet? Oh, 9/23. Oh no, yeah.
Pretty soon, yeah.
No, there's too much other stuff happening. I'm not getting that one.
I mean, if you want to save time, you can play it on PC now.
Could, maybe. I don't know.
I kind of want this one called By Sweet Carol, which is coming out in October 9th on the Switch One. And it's a horror game with animation that's inspired by Disney and Don Bluth. It kind of looks like what if Clock Tower was animated by Disney, in the mid 90s. It looks cool. And there's moments in there where it gets really creepy and all that, but it maintains that 24 frames per second, fluid Disney animation with the damsel, not or like the, and she kind of looks like Belle from Beauty and the Beast or something. Yeah, I like this idea of doing a Disney
Yeah, I like this animation a lot.
cartoon. Yeah, but make it a horror game.
You can be a rabbit as well.
I always wanted to be a rabbit in a game.
Yeah, that one's got my interest. We got impressions of Chronos: The New Dawn, which was that space, the astronaut horror game or whatever that
Yeah,
was
I
on
watched.
it direct like a month ago.
I watched some stuff on YouTube about it. It looked like it was like it kind of fell apart in parts, so I'm not really
Think so?
as sold on it. No, I mean like the frame rate did. Like
Oh,
some of
okay.
the weapons you used really destroyed the way the game ran. From what I
Okay.
saw of footage from Switch Up and various other YouTube channels.
Nintendo Life says they got to spend a decent chunk of time with Chronos and came away feeling pretty good about the whole thing. That's a little positive.
I mean, the
impression
Switch Up guys, they weren't hating on it. They just said that
Yeah.
some weapons that you use break the frame rate,
Okay.
and they showed footage of it, and it does.
That one comes out like next week.
Like some of
pretty
the, that actually comes out the same day as Silk Song, so I'm sure it's going to do great. I saw that. I saw that there was like a couple games that actually were not releasing that actually pushed back a couple weeks because of the Silk Song release, and I thought that was funny. That there were some indies that were like, maybe we shouldn't come out now.
Meanwhile, you know that game? What's that one? Walking simulator from the guy who did QWOP on PS5.
I don't know.
Octodad?
No, it kind of controls like that. But anyway, there's a game like that. But they deliberately put out a trailer today with the guy walking on Hollow Knight, saying, "Yeah, we're coming out on 9/23 or whatever." Whereas everyone's getting out of the way.
Yeah, so they moved that date also.
Yeah, well, they just put out a deliberate funny. It's a digital, not digital, Devolver digital game. And the same company that was saying like, "Oh, we're putting out a game deliberately on the date of GTA 6." So I thought that was funny. They put out that trailer today. But yep, Final Fantasy VII Remake, according to Digital Foundry, is the best looking thing that they've seen on Switch 2.
They got to play it?
Yeah, a bunch of people played it at the Gamescom. It was playable there.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a playable demo.
Yeah, people seem to be more positive on that one than Elden Ring, from what I heard. I guess it has like 40 FPS or whatever. I don't know. I mean, sure.
Sadly, Elden Ring it has to have a good frame rate to be playable.
Yeah, I mean, they talked about it on IGN, and they said exactly what I said. This is probably a bad build of it, just like when they saw the bad build of Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
You know, and they said, and Brian said that as well, and I was like, yeah, that's what I said. So I mean,
I heard the same thing. Yeah, they're explaining on I think it was today's episode that whatever the build is, it's like 3 months behind from what they're actually doing because they want to make sure the build is actually relatively playable. It's not going to be like the most up to date.
But the question is still like, why even show it? If it's not, if it's bad and people are going to say it's bad when you show it at a game thing, I mean, that's just not really great press for you.
Because you have to.
Unless you have to have something showable there. Yeah. Did you see that, what was it, the director guy who did Ex Machina and all those movies, he wrote like a 160-page script, like, to give it to Miyazaki for the Elden Ring thing, like before he got the approval or whatever. Alex Scarlett, that guy, yeah. I'm really interested in that because I did like some of his movies. I thought Men was really good, and I liked Ex Machina. So I mean,
Ex Machina.
They're making an Elden Ring movie.
Yeah, but it's an A24 guy who's doing it, so that's why it kind of like intrigues me because he's done some interesting movies. And I watched Civil War too. It was depressing, but
Elden Ring's all about Civil War, like literally.
Yeah, I mean, Civil War was like, what if we had to go to war with Indiana? It's like that sort of thing, like, Civil War in our country. It's depressing.
We got some news on Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection.
I think we covered this last week, actually, when you left. Because we talked about the Special Forces and the Sub-Zero being added to it, because we did a bunch of Gamescom stuff in last week's episode. I don't think there's anything new. Well, there's one thing, I guess, that hadn't been added yet, and that's that, like, there was like an internet arcade game that they made that only a few of them were released. Like that's going to be on there too, which is kind of, it's called like Net Zero or what is it called? Do you know what I'm talking about? They just added on there. It was a version of Mortal Kombat 3 that was done.
Arcade WaveNet?
Yeah, WaveNet, that one. Yeah, they're having that version on there, which is like supposedly really, really rare. But what I really want to know is when is the fucking release date on this? Like they're really like dragging their feet on that. I saw that the physical pre-orders end at the end of this month, so hopefully that means that they'll say when the fucking game is coming out after that, because, just tell us already. What's the fucking holdup here?
My guess is they're trying, they did this quote-unquote tour thing where they were going around different events.
Well, they still have the PAX West, and maybe they'll tell the release date then, because they've been saying a different thing at every event. And now that they've unveiled all their games, tell us when it's coming out.
Probably so, yeah. They also commented on, I guess a lot of people were wanting Mortal Kombat Gold, which was the Dreamcast game. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they said specifically about this, they said, this is according to a website called Event Hubs, I'll quote it directly. So we're getting Mortal Kombat. We're getting Mortal Kombat 4, but it's easy enough to notice how Mortal Kombat Gold, which is essentially an enhanced port of Mortal Kombat 4 for the Dreamcast with additional characters, is absent from the Legacy Collection. During an interview with Mortal Kombat Secrets, Dan Emmerich of Digital Eclipse explained why this is. It would appear that even the developers wanted to include the game in the collection, but ultimately were unable to due to a number of variables. So he said, so keeping in mind that Digital Eclipse has done emulation for years and years, we're actually the company that did the very first commercial emulation, our very first emulated game, 3 Williams arcade games. It's a little typo there. Robotron Jazz Defender for Macintosh back in the early 90s. So we have arcade emulation. We have 8-bit, 16-bit. This was our first time to move forward with PlayStation emulation. Dreamcast is 4 years of advanced technology beyond that. Do we like Mortal Kombat Gold? Yes. Did we hear you that you asked for it? Yes. Do we want it? Yes. That's something that we'd like to do sometime in the future. We would love to. Do we have plans to do it right now? No. Should you expect it? No. So, yep.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the gist of it.
It's probably because, I'm sure Dreamcast emulation in itself is pretty hard to do. They said a similar thing with people asking about like Shaolin Monks or like the later Mortal Kombat 3D ones like Deadly Alliance or Deception or anything like that. They're saying that it was really hard to do like good PS2 emulation or whatever. Is what they're saying for that.
That's an interesting point that they were the first to do commercial emulation. I think I heard that before, but reminded of that now. And then only just now are they getting to the PlayStation stuff. So yeah, that makes sense then. That Dreamcast would be a little bit tougher.
How about this Vectrex Mini? What's that all about?
I mean, it seems cool. Here's the disappointing thing though. It's not actually a vector screen.
Oh, so, really?
It's an OLED and it's going to simulate a vector look.
I'm happy that it's an OLED, and so it can because you want that deep black saturation behind the vectors. So if it can project vectors, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's like what does it look at and how much does it cost? I mean, I think it's cool. Like, I like the idea of it, but
I'm definitely wanting to get one.
Was it like $100 or something?
I think it's going to be way expensive.
$200 at least.
Oh yeah, I'm not getting it for that. That's for
sure. That's my guess. I'm going to guess it'll be $200. It's got the screen and the wireless controller and everything.
And it's a smaller version of it, right? So it's like
smaller, yeah.
It's a novelty more than like an actual way to enjoy the games, I would think.
But they say it's actually got
doesn't even have a Kickstarter started yet. Well, it says that I went to the website and that's not even started yet.
It has an HDMI out plus a micro SD card, so they expect that it's going to be a thing for home brewers and all that.
And then you can play it on your TV.
Right.
That controller sucks. It really does, but it'd be kind of interesting to see if they recreate it accurately.
I didn't take a good look at it. It's
a terrible controller. Well, it's a joystick, but it's just basically a really thin, brittle feeling plastic stick that sticks up from half of the control pad, so it doesn't feel right holding it like a D-pad, it's so big.
Gotcha.
It's like you kind of gotta grab it with your fingers and move it that way while you're using the buttons. And I mean, it's a very early, control setup.
You gotta set it
figured
down.
it out yet, but
you gotta play it on a table, sort of. You can't hold it.
Right, and I've only played it, at the conventions and stuff, so I've been using the original hardware, and it's just I can't imagine actually trying to play a game on a TV with that crappy ass controller.
Yeah, looks like it'd be difficult.
They announced the My Mario products are coming to the US, the toy blocks and whatever,
right?
All that kind of stuff. So not just the app, but
it's like the whatever Lego, and then you've got Duplo, the kids version. It's like that.
Yeah, it's pretty much about it. I mean, some of that stuff looks kind of cool. I said it before. I think the little wood cutouts are kind of cool. They actually act as an amiibo. Yeah, those are coming next year sometime. And then how about
there's a Tetris 99 Maximus Cup.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, yep. It's doing all of the different Kirby's or the different Kirby themes that are on there.
Oh, okay. So it's not just...
it's going to be I think these ones already exist. Kirby in the Forgotten Land, Kirby's Dream Buffet, and Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. But
I probably won't get to play this one. I'll be gone this week.
if you didn't, if you don't have them,
You could always
can
just
get
stay
'em.
just to play the Maximus Cup.
Maybe I will.
But I mean, I'll always play Tetris 99. But I mean, we'll see how well. I'll really more excited about the Sonic Crossroads racing thing. So, I mean, it does start tomorrow night. So, you guys can get on that. This one might too. The Maximus Cups normally start on Thursday, so it should be up tomorrow.
Suda51 is testing to see if he can get his game Romeo is a Dead Man.
Yeah, I was very happy to hear that, because that was one of the highlights from the PlayStation thing that I watched like however long ago.
Back to Killer 7 again.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like the Suda51 games, and I thought this game looked really cool. It was one of the highlights from the State of Play that I watched. It was the same one that had the new Marvel fighting game in there also, and the PlayStation made like fighting stick and all that shit. But I hope it works on Switch too, because I'd really like to play it. It looks really cool.
I haven't seen anything about it.
It basically.
What is it?
I mean, it looks like a kind of similar to like No More Heroes, but different, like a third-person action game, like that sort of thing. But it's like very Suda51, so it's it's got like out there art and like all super gory, and you play a character that's dead but not dead. It's cool and weird, and I like those games. So put it on Switch too, and I'll get it.
How about we end it on Nintendo renamed its subsidiary Warp Star Inc. to Nintendo Stars. Warp Star Inc. Was founded in July of 2001, and it had previously been a joint venture between Nintendo and HAL Laboratory to oversee its Kirby franchise, expanding it into other mediums such as the Kirby Right Back At Ya animated series. And it became an official subsidiary of Nintendo on 1st of April this year. And so now, going forward, it's going to be called Nintendo Stars, and it will be responsible for the ancillary use businesses tied to films that feature Nintendo intellectual property. So basically, like, it'll focus on the expansion of movie adaptations and other ventures such as events, merchandising, licensing, and that sort of thing.
So it's like their new casting
company
or whatever.
Damn it. Kirby confirmed for the new
Mario
movie.
I mean, speaking of Kirby, there's an official Kirby train that you can take to. You guys are going to Osaka. You should try to get on it. There's a Street Fighter train too, going around Japan.
I hear you don't even have to like enter it normally. You just stand on the platform and it sucks you into it.
It just like it just Hadokens like straight through your stomach, and you die and go to the next world.
It also stores all of your personal information after it absorbs you.
But yeah, it'd be cool to find one of those while you're there. And they'll be around.
Yeah, maybe.
Should try to. I know specifically that Kirby one goes to Osaka, and it'll be there. I mean, it's there now, but it's going to be there through like March of next year, so it'll be there while you're there.
Is it a bullet train, or is it like a part of the standard train network?
It looks like a standard train.
I don't know. I can't get this link to work.
Just from the photo, it looked like an older train that got dressed up.
Basically, they put like the vinyl skin on it or whatever.
Yeah, the link is broken. It took me to a whole bunch of giant letters.
I thought they should have made it just like one giant pink series of train cars, and then with his face at the end, like it's like a train mouthful mode.
Yeah, it's
not that, but it should have been.
Then it would just look like an earthworm until it got to Kirby's face.
It still looks cool though. Anyway, so we can be done there with this episode. Thanks everybody for listening. It's listening to episode 486. If you want to support the show, go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast, and you can listen to over 75 bonus shows on there. All sorts of extra stuff. Where we ranked the Kongs, we ranked Super Nintendo games, NES games, Genesis games, all sorts of stuff on there.
Game Boy games.
Game Boy games even. Wait, did we do one of those? Oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah, we got a bunch of extra stuff on there that's behind the paywall, Patreon, and also WART Radio. And you can watch videos of us recording early that come up pretty much right after we record. So you can check that out there. And also you can find us on Blue Sky at NintenDomain and at Trey Johnson and at NintenDomain. Those are the places. where we post things. And youtube.com/NintenDomain Podcast. Twitch.tv/NintenDomain Podcast will be where I will stream the Sonic Racing Crossworlds thing on Friday. So go there and find that. If it's up and it's the afternoon that you're listening to this, you may be able to find me on there. Racing around at the speed of sound and all that stuff. And we've been your hosts. I'm Trey Johnson.
Jerry Mikowski.
John Mitter.
Thanks everybody for listening. See you next time.
See ya on Sonic Video.
Sonic Transformed.
To me, she's still just racing, Danica Patrick.
She's just racing and not being shitty and Trump loving. That's
She's focusing on racing the right way.
Yeah, doesn't sound like it. All right.
I gotta race out of here.
I gotta
All right, bye.
I gotta go to bed. I'm tired. All right, later.